more people to ride bicycles for health, recreation, and transportation through advocacy, education, and events. So what we do mostly is we focus on advocacy, so trying to get more bicycle infrastructure so that people of all riding abilities feel like they have a safe place to ride. We do everything from teaching kids how to ride, teaching adults how to ride, teaching adults how to ride on the road safely, fix their own flat, everything from more advanced to just beginner stuff.
If you have friends or people getting back on the bike after 20 years, we also teach adult learn to ride. So if a person feels shaky, we can take care of that too. So I would definitely recommend that you go to the HBL website, go to education. There's all kinds of classes, as Malia mentioned. We'd also like to ask that if you are not an HBL member, we are the only nonprofit state advocacy education organization in Hawaii. So please do become a member, because the louder the voice we have, the more members we have, the louder our voice in the legislature.
So like I was mentioning, the Biki bicycles do not come with helmets normally. If you were to come up to a dock, there's not going to be a helmet for you. So a lot of folks will bring their own helmet, so make sure it's pretty snug. Oh, Jerry's a perfect model. The wide strap should be pretty much right underneath your earlobes, not all the way up on your ear, not all the way down. When you open your mouth wide, that buckle should be tight enough, snug enough, that when you open your helmet, it kind of moves the top of the helmet. So, or you shouldn't be able to get more than 2 fingers between your chin and the buckled helmet. They have lights built into the back of them, and they will activate when you're riding. So both the back red one and the front white one. You need to push it up, and what they recommend is get the bike and push it into the dock, put the pedal up, and for the final push, just kind of jam it in with your foot, and that will really 100% of the time it does get it in there. What you have to look for is that green light. Once the green light engages on the docking system, when you dock it, you're good to go. I usually will just to be sure, kind of like try and lift the bike out to see if it really is docked. Water bottles are kind of hard to keep in here, so if you just have like a canvas bag or something, you can stick it inside here, and make sure that's secure though. You don't want things falling out while you're riding. But they're great because you can wear a dress, you can wear heels. They're made so you can just wear your casual clothing to go riding.
Bicycle ed helps you to ride safely on the road, right? So we like to think of our bicycles as vehicles. So cyclists fare best when they act and are treated as drivers of vehicles. If you think of yourself as, I'm going to drive my bike today. So imagine if you drive on the road, you'd be following all the rules, stopping at the stop sign, making your left right turn signals, all of those things, right? So in the same respect, as cyclists, we do the exact same thing, but we have a smaller vehicle. So we're subject to the same laws legally as cars. And so we need to stop at those stop signs. We need to stop at those stop lights. So when you're riding down the bike lane heading east, you have these streets like Ikoi, Keamoku, the cars that are also taking the left turn, bicyclists are going straight through on a bike lane. Cars need to yield to cyclists, and then cyclists need to yield to pedestrians.
So the door zone is that 3 to 4 foot area next to usually a parked car or a moving car, in which the door will open up into. So what we recommend is to avoid being what's called doored when you run into the door. Just avoid the door zone. So don't ride ride at least 3 feet from the parked cars. If you can stick your hand out and touch the cars as you're riding by, unless you have like a really, really long arm, you're probably too close. Because 3 feet is not far enough from the cars if that door were to open up into you. And the thing is, a lot of people don't look when they're opening their doors up. Yeah, we just kind of sit there in a car, okay, I'm ready to go, and they just like open the door like that. They're basically just indicators to people driving in, bikes and cars, to say that expect to see bicycles being ridden here. And they are also placed usually where they think that people riding bikes should be riding. So you should actually, if you see that, you should be riding right over the middle of it. They place it not all the way on the right side in the gutter next to the curb. They put it usually at least 3 feet from the curbway or in the middle of the lane. And we're gonna talk about why you would ride in the middle of the lane. We recommend that you ride, if this is the curb, at least 3 feet from the curb. That way, if I need to dodge something, I have room to go over this way or around it. What if there's a parked car there? What if there's glass? A giant pothole? Those are reasons why you might have to get out of the bike lane and ride in a lane of traffic. What if you're turning left? It's hard to make a left-hand turn if you're all the way on the right side. You get across the lanes of traffic. That would be a reason to stand and signal, get into the next lane, and proceed to turn left. If you're riding the same speed as traffic, you can actually choose any lane you want. So, and that means the speed of traffic at the time, not the posted speed limit sign. If that lane is not wide enough for you to share, you on your bicycle, sharing it with someone in a car. So let's say you're riding, you have 3 feet from the curb, and if you have 3 feet from the cars and they're in the same lane, that's a lane that you can share with someone driving their car next to you. If you don't have that kind of space, so that means if it's less than 14 feet wide, which is kind of hard to gauge, but you will get a feeling of it, you should take the lane for your safety. If you're all the way on the right side, you're less visible to people and they're more likely to try and make a right turn around you thinking they have enough room. But if you're taking the lane, you're going to be in that spot, you're way more visible, and you're discouraging people from trying to pass you so closely. So I know that when I'm taking the lane and I'm riding kind of defensively, I never have any close calls at all. But if I'm riding all the way on the right side, it's kind of showing cars like, hey, I'm letting I'm letting you have this space here. I'm gonna be all the way on the right side, and so they will pass you, and they might pass you too close that for comfort. So, but it looks like you're giving them the space. So if you feel like you need to take the lane, you're legally allowed to do that.